Do you have old coins or banknotes lying somewhere in your house, forgotten inside a drawer, a cupboard, or maybe locked away in a small metal box that no one has opened for years? What if I told you that one ordinary-looking coin, something you may have handled without a second thought, could quietly carry a value far beyond what is written on its face? Before we begin, take 1 second and subscribe to this channel, because the information you hear today could change how you look at every coin you touch from now on. This channel is for people who think ahead, who respect history, and who know that real value is often hidden in plain sight. Now listen carefully. Most people believe coins are just money. Something to spend, something to lose, something that passes from hand to hand without meaning. But collectors and smart investors know a secret most people never learn. Coins are time capsules. Each one tells a story about a country, a year, a decision made by a mint, and sometimes a mistake or a limited release that transforms an everyday object into something extraordinary. But today's story takes us to South Africa, a country with a deep, complex history and a strong tradition of coinage. In the early 2000s, South Africa was moving forward, redefining itself in a modern world while still honoring its past. In 2005, one particular coin entered circulation quietly, without headlines, without warnings, without anyone imagining what would follow years later. It was the 5 Rand coin issued in 2005. At first glance, it looked normal. People used it to buy small items, paid bus fares, dropped it into pockets, or left it on tables. No one stopped to admire it. No one locked it away. That is exactly why it matters today. Coins that become valuable rarely announce themselves. They don't shine brighter than others. They don't scream importance. Instead, they blend in, waiting for time to do its work. The 5 Rand coin represents more than currency. It reflects South Africa's identity, its wildlife symbolism, and its pride as a nation. The design was chosen carefully, using strong imagery meant to represent power, stability, and heritage. For collectors, these design choices matter deeply because they speak to the era in which the coin was produced. Now, here is something many people don't realize. Not all coins from the same year are equal. Even when millions are minted, subtle differences can exist. Differences in metal composition, striking quality, minting batches, and condition can create dramatic gaps in value over time. A coin kept clean, untouched, and undamaged tells a very different story than one that has lived in circulation for years. In 2005, changes were happening quietly within mints around the world. Production methods were improving, metals were being reassessed, and certain minting runs were smaller than people realized. Some coins were struck for specific purposes. Others were released briefly before changes were made. These moments are invisible to the public at the time, but years later, collectors hunt for them relentlessly. The 5 Rand coin from 2005 sits right at the center of this kind of story. Collectors today don't just look at age. They look at rarity. They look at demand. They look at survival rates. How many were made? Yes, but more importantly, how many still exist in good condition today? How many were melted, lost, damaged, or forgotten? Think about this. Every year, coins disappear. They fall into rivers. They get buried. They are scratched, bent, cleaned incorrectly, or destroyed. Time is ruthless with metal. That means that even a coin that once existed in large numbers can become surprisingly scarce in high-quality condition. Older viewers understand this better than anyone. You've seen how everyday objects from your youth have vanished. Items once common are now rare. Coins are no different. Another factor that drives interest in the 5 Rand coin is the global collector market. South African coins are not only collected locally. International collectors search for them because they represent a unique blend of African heritage and modern minting history. When demand comes from outside the country, pressure on supply increases and values respond. But there is another layer to this story. Some 5 Rand coins from 2005 show characteristics that collectors watch closely. These may include sharp details, strong strikes, or specific variations that only trained eyes notice. To most people, it's just a coin. To a collector, it's a potential treasure. Many people make the mistake of cleaning old coins, thinking they are improving them. In reality, cleaning often destroys value. The natural surface of a coin tells its story. Scratches, or patterns, and original finish all matter. A coin that has never been cleaned, never polished, and never abused is far more desirable than one that looks shiny but damaged. This is why education matters. This is why channels like this exist. If you are watching this and you are between 35 and 65 years old, you are in a unique position. You lived through years when cash was king. You handled coins daily. You may still have old wallets, jars, boxes, or inherited collections. Inside those could be something far more important than you imagine. The 5 Rand 2005 coin is not just about money. It's about awareness, about knowing what to look for before it's too late, about understanding that history rewards those who pay attention. In the next part, I will go deeper. I will explain what makes this coin stand out, what collectors look for, and why people today are suddenly paying close attention to something that once seemed ordinary. And at the very end, I will reveal the number that everyone asks about, the value, the figure that makes people stop, think, and rush to check their coins. Don't go anywhere. Now let us bring this story to its final point, because this is where curiosity turns into understanding, and understanding turns into action. Why now? You know that coins are not judged only by what is written on them. They are judged by time, condition, survival, and demand. The 5 Rand coin from 2005 did not become interesting overnight. Its importance grew slowly, year by year, as people spent them, damaged them, or forgot them completely. What remained behind were fewer and fewer examples that still told their full story clearly. Collectors today focus strongly on coins that sit at the crossroads of modern circulation and emerging rarity. The 5 Rand 2005 coin fits perfectly into that space. It is old enough to carry history, yet modern enough that many people still have access to it without realizing what they are holding. That combination creates opportunity. Another reason this coin has gained attention is psychological. People trust coins from stable national systems. South Africa's coinage system is respected internationally, and collectors know that its modern coins were produced with consistency and purpose. When a specific year stands out, it stands out for real reasons, not rumors. Now think about how collectors actually behave. When they notice growing interest in a particular coin, they begin quietly acquiring examples. They don't announce it. They don't advertise it loudly. They buy, store, and wait. Over time, fewer coins remain available on the open market, especially in clean, original condition. That silent accumulation is one of the strongest signals that value is changing. For viewers aged 35 to 65 and beyond, this matters because you understand patience. You understand long-term thinking. You know that real value is rarely created by noise. It is created by scarcity meeting demand. The 5 Rand 2005 coin also benefits from generational shift. Younger collectors are now entering the market, but they cannot afford extremely old, museum-level pieces. Instead, they look for coins with strong stories, national importance, and realistic entry points. This coin fits that demand perfectly, pulling interest from both experienced collectors and newcomers. Condition remains the deciding factor. A heavily worn coin still has interest, but a well-preserved one changes the conversation completely. Sharp edges, clear design details, original surface, and no harsh cleaning marks are what separate ordinary examples from standout pieces. This is why two coins from the same year can be worlds apart in value. If you own this coin, the smartest move is not to rush. Do not clean it. Do not polish it. Do not assume it is worthless. Handle it carefully, store it properly, and learn to look at it with a collector's eye. Even small details can make a big difference. Many people watching this video may feel a sense of regret, thinking about coins they spent years ago without a thought. That regret is natural, but it is also unnecessary. Opportunity still exists. Coins do not disappear overnight. They wait for those who are observant enough to recognize them. This story is also about respect. Respect for objects that carry national identity. Respect for craftsmanship. Respect for time. Coins survive wars, political changes, and economic shifts. They outlast paper money, trends, and promises. That endurance is what gives them lasting appeal. Now let us address the question everyone waits for. After years of quiet interest, collector demand, and shrinking availability of high-quality examples, the 5 Rand coin from 2005 has reached a point where certain well-preserved pieces are valued far beyond face value. Not every coin, not every condition, but specific examples that meet collector standards. When all the right factors come together, condition, demand, originality, and timing, the value that has caught people's attention is $999. Yes, $999 for a 5 Rand coin from 2005. If that number surprises many people, and it should, because it proves the lesson this video was meant to teach. Value is not always loud. It does not always shine. Sometimes it sits quietly in your hand, waiting for you to understand what you are holding. So tonight or tomorrow, open that drawer. Check that box. Look again at what you once ignored. Because the difference between an ordinary coin and a remarkable one is often knowledge, and knowledge, when used at the right moment, is worth far more than money itself.